Hello, everyone. My name is Thomas. I am 24 years old. In today's story, I want to tell you about my grandfather. He is not a famous man. He is not rich. He is not in any history book. But to me, he is the most important person in my life. When I think of my childhood, I think of him. I think of the smell of the soil. I think of the sound of birds in the morning. I think of a quiet old man working in a small garden. This story is not just about my grandfather. It is about his garden, and it is about the lessons he taught me there. My grandfather is 72 years old. His name is William, but I call him Grandpa. Grandpa is not a tall man. He is a little short. His back is slightly bent now, but he was strong when he was young. He worked on this farm for 50 years. Grandpa has white hair. He does not have much hair on top, but he has a nice white beard. His skin has many wrinkles. Each wrinkle tells a story. Each wrinkle shows a year of hard work under the sun. His hands are big and rough. They are the hands of a farmer. The hands of a man who worked with soil all his life. But his eyes are gentle. They are blue like the sky. When he looks at me, I feel warm. I feel safe. I feel loved. Grandpa does not talk much. He is a quiet man. But when he talks, I listen. His words are few, but they are wise. My father runs the farm now. Grandpa is retired. But Grandpa cannot sit still. He needs to do something, so he spends his days in his garden. Behind our house there is a garden. It is not very big, maybe 20 meters long and 10 meters wide. But it is beautiful. This is Grandpa's garden. He made it himself. He has worked on it for more than 40 years. There is a small wooden fence around the garden. Grandpa built it to keep the rabbits out. The fence is old and gray now, but it still works. When you open the gate, you enter a different world. It is quiet here, peaceful. You can hear the bees buzzing. You can hear the birds singing. You can smell the earth. You can smell the flowers. The garden has many sections. Each section has different plants. In one corner, there are tomatoes. They grow on tall wooden stakes. In summer, the tomatoes are big and red. They are so sweet. Nothing tastes like Grandpa's tomatoes. Next to the tomatoes, there are cucumbers. They grow on the ground. Their leaves are big and green. The cucumbers hide under the leaves. You have to look carefully to find them. In another section, there are beans. They climb up long poles. The poles are like a tent. I liked to hide under the bean poles when I was little. There are also carrots, potatoes, onions, lettuce, peppers, and pumpkins. Grandpa grows almost everything. At the back of the garden, there are herbs: rosemary, basil, mint, thyme. My grandmother uses them for cooking. The herbs smell wonderful. In the middle of the garden there is a small wooden bench. It is old and worn. Grandpa sits there sometimes. He looks at his plants. He thinks. He rests. Near the bench there is an old apple tree. It is older than my father. In spring it has beautiful white flowers. In autumn it has sweet red apples. I used to climb this tree when I was a boy. I started working in the garden with Grandpa when I was 6 years old. I was very small. I could not do much. But Grandpa let me help anyway. My first job was watering the plants. Grandpa gave me a small watering can. It was blue. I filled it with water from the old well. Then I walked slowly to the garden. I tried not to spill the water. I watered each plant carefully. "Good job, Thomas," Grandpa said. The plants are happy now. I was so proud. I felt like a real farmer. As I grew older, Grandpa taught me more things. He taught me how to prepare the soil. First, you dig the ground with a shovel. Then you break the big pieces of dirt. Then you add compost to make the soil rich. The soil must be soft and dark. That is good soil. He taught me how to plant seeds. You make a small hole with your finger, not too deep, not too shallow. Then you drop the seed inside. Then you cover it with soil. Then you water it gently. Now we wait, Grandpa always says. Nature will do the rest. He taught me how to pull weeds. Weeds are bad plants. They steal water and nutrients from the good plants. You must pull them out, but you must be careful. Do not pull the good plants by mistake. He taught me how to harvest. When the vegetables are ripe, you pick them. You must be gentle. Do not damage the plant. Do not bruise the vegetable. Every season there is something to do in the garden. In spring, we prepare the soil and plant the seeds. In summer, we water, weed, and watch the plants grow. In autumn, we harvest the vegetables and store them. In winter, we rest. The garden rests too. I still help Grandpa in the garden. Every weekend, I spend a few hours with him. We work side by side. Sometimes we talk. Sometimes we are silent. But it is always nice. Grandpa does not have many books. He did not go to university. But he is the wisest man I know. He learned his wisdom from the garden. One day, I was impatient. I planted some tomato seeds. Every day I checked them. Nothing happened. No green leaves, no little plants. Grandpa, the seeds are not growing, I complained. Maybe they are dead. Grandpa smiled. He said, Thomas, be patient. The seeds are working. You cannot see it, but under the soil, something is happening. The seed is growing roots. It is preparing. One day it will come up, but not today. Good things take time. A week later, I saw tiny green leaves coming out of the soil. Grandpa was right. That day, I learned about patience. Another day, I forgot to water the plants. It was hot. The sun was strong. When I came back the next day, some plants looked sad. Their leaves were drooping, hanging down, looking sad. I felt terrible. Grandpa, I'm sorry. I forgot to water them. Grandpa did not get angry. He said, It is okay, Thomas. We all make mistakes. The important thing is to learn. Now water them. They will recover. Plants are strong. People are strong too. I watered the plants carefully. The next day they looked better. The leaves were up again. That day, I learned about responsibility and forgiveness. One year, there was a big storm. The wind was very strong. The rain was very heavy. The storm destroyed many plants in the garden. Tomatoes were on the ground. Bean poles were broken. It was a mess. I was sad. All our work is gone, I said. Grandpa looked at the garden. He was quiet for a moment. Then he said, Yes, it is sad. But look, not everything is destroyed. Some plants survived, and the ones that died, we will plant again. That is life, Thomas. Sometimes bad things happen. We cannot control everything, but we can always start again. We cleaned up the garden together. We planted new seeds. By the end of summer, the garden was beautiful again. That day, I learned about resilience. At the edge of the garden, there are 4 wooden boxes. They are painted white and yellow. These are beehives. Grandpa keeps bees. I was scared of bees when I was little. I thought they would sting me, but Grandpa taught me about bees. Now I think they are amazing. Bees are our friends, Grandpa said. They help the flowers. They make honey. Without bees, we would have no fruits, no vegetables. Bees are very important. Grandpa has a special white suit. It covers his whole body. He wears gloves and a hat with a net over his face. This protects him from bee stings. Sometimes I watch Grandpa work with the bees. He opens the beehive carefully. He moves slowly. He does not make sudden movements. The bees fly around him, but they do not sting him. Bees can feel your energy, Grandpa says. If you are calm, they are calm. If you are scared, they are scared. Be calm, Thomas. Be gentle. Grandpa collects honey twice a year, in early summer and late summer. The honey is golden and thick. It tastes sweet and flowery. It is the best honey in the world. Grandma uses the honey for cooking and baking. We also sell some honey at the market. People love Grandpa's honey. I tried to help Grandpa with the bees once. I wore his suit. It was too big for me. I looked funny. Grandpa laughed. I was nervous, but I stood still. I watched the bees. They were busy. They were working hard. They did not care about me. They just wanted to make honey. I did not get stung that day. I was proud of myself. Grandpa said, "You see, bees are not scary. They are just doing their job, like us." Grandpa has an old wooden box in his shed. The shed is next to the garden. It is small and dusty. Grandpa keeps his tools there: shovels, rakes, hose, watering cans, pots, seeds. But the wooden box is special. It is very old. It was his father's, my great-grandfather's. One day, Grandpa showed me what was inside. He opened the box slowly. Inside, there were small paper envelopes, many of them. Each envelope had writing on it. "These are seeds," Grandpa said. "Very special seeds." He picked up one envelope. It said, "Tomato, Red Star, 1962. "This tomato variety is very old," Grandpa explained. "My father grew these tomatoes. Now I grow them. One day you will grow them." He showed me more envelopes. Beans from 1955, pumpkins from 1970, peppers from 1948. These seeds were passed down from generation to generation. Every year, I save seeds from the best plants, Grandpa said. The strongest plants, the sweetest fruits. I dry the seeds. I keep them safe. Next year, I plant them again. This way, the plants get better and better. This way, our family's plants continue. I held the envelope carefully. I felt like I was holding history. These seeds connected me to my great-grandfather, a man I never met. But his seeds were still alive. His work continued. "Grandpa," I said, "I want to learn how to save seeds." Grandpa smiled. His eyes were bright. "I will teach you, Thomas. I will teach you everything." That summer, Grandpa taught me how to save seeds, how to choose the best fruits, how to remove the seeds, how to dry them, how to store them. It was not difficult, but it was important. Now I have my own envelopes. Tomato, Red Star, 2026. Thomas. My name, my seeds, my turn to continue the tradition. Grandpa is old now. He walks slowly. His hands shake a little. He forgets things sometimes. But his mind is still sharp. His heart is still big. I know Grandpa will not live forever. I do not like to think about it. but it is true. One day he will be gone. That is why I spend time with him now. That is why I listen to his stories. That is why I learn from him. I want to remember everything. Grandpa taught me how to grow vegetables, but he taught me much more than that. He taught me patience. Good things take time. He taught me responsibility. Take care of what you love. He taught me resilience. When life is hard, start again. He taught me respect. Respect the earth. Respect nature. Respect the work of those who came before us. He taught me to slow down. Life is not a race. Enjoy the simple moments. He taught me about family. We are connected to the past, to the future, through seeds, through stories, through love. The garden is not just a garden, it is a classroom. It is a church. It is a place where grandfather and grandson connect. It is a place where wisdom passes from one generation to the next. One day I will have my own garden. Maybe here on this farm, maybe somewhere else. But wherever I am, I will think of Grandpa. I will plant his seeds. I will use his methods. I will remember his words. And when I kneel in the soil, when I feel the earth in my hands, I will feel him with me, always. Thank you, Grandpa, for the seeds, for the lessons, for the love.